Oh, so who
Or
was
in
more
Germany.
popular when you guys went out?
Oh,
You
he's-
or him? You?
He was like,
I have
You're-
smoked.
you're-
he's 10 times more popular.
That's so interesting.
People go, you're Blake Linder's father.
Award-winning Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Stuart Linder was one of the first doctors willing to step in front of the camera before it became the norm. The body shape expert has appeared on MTV, Discovery Channel, countless expert segments, and more than a decade on the Dr. Oz show. He helped bring plastic surgery out of the shadows and into the public conversation, educating millions along the way. But while one generation was redefining medicine on television, another was building an audience on the internet. At just 14, his son, Blake Linder, picked up a camera. What started as a sneaker video turned into a YouTube channel with millions of fans, a front row seat to the creator economy before it even had a name. But behind the camera, something bigger was taking shape. Editing, filmmaking, directing. Today, the father-son duo have come full circle, launching Linder Productions together, producing everything from documentaries to horror films, a doctor who broke barriers on television, and a creator who grew up on YouTube. 2 generations, 2 industries, both public figures with a message. Follow your passion and keep pushing forward. This is their story. Welcome to the Exit Interview. This episode is brought to you by Next Health Calabasas, where proactive wellness starts with understanding your body. Use code EXIT to get your first baseline blood test and consultation, an $850 value for only $250 exclusively for our listeners. Welcome to the Exit Interview. Today we are here with the father-son duo, the Linders. We have Dr. Stuart Linder, who is a plastic surgeon for the stars. You've also been a celebrity doctor on multiple broadcasts over the years. You were one of the first doctors to break into the space as a celebrity doctor on TV and talking about the industry before it was mainstream. And then you're welcomed here today with your son, Blake Linder, who you may have seen on YouTube during the sneaker craze as a YouTube star, and then now has grown into a director and producer. And together you have founded Linder Productions.
Correct. Thank
Welcome
you for
to the
having us.
Exit interview.
We're excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
course.
today. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. So we find your story together very fascinating because both of you have successfully navigated becoming public figures. And today, in a creator age, each of you, different generations, different industries, have successfully become public figures and navigated that space. And so we would like to know today the ups and downs and
all the
respectively
All the
secrets.
All the secrets.
How does somebody do it?
We can't give you this.
Yeah.
That's
I'll give you
gonna
my
cost
secret.
Yeah.
How much money do you have?
So I think why don't we start with you, Dr. Linder? How was it that you ended up becoming a celebrity plastic surgeon and breaking into the broadcast space?
Well, it's hard to define what a celebrity plastic surgeon is. You know, it's more important as a physician to be just an excellent doctor. Celebrity doesn't mean anything. What really is important is doing really, really good surgery and doing very, beautiful work on your patients. When you're excellent at whatever you do in life, excel in whatever you do, and you have tremendous passion for what you do, you're going to be, excellent, and you're going to be well respected. And the most important thing is, I always have stated this for the last 29 years, 30 years, your patients come first as a doctor. Always do the right thing. Experience and judgment are key, especially in surgery.
Sure.
Doesn't matter if it's plastic surgery, cardiac surgery, or any other type of medicine. You have to make sure that you always keep your patient's interest foremost and doing the most beautiful result possible. And also know when not to operate. Sometimes patients are not good candidates. They're not in the right mindset, or they have unrealistic expectations.
Right, yeah.
And you're never going to get a good result. Going into battle, you're going to end up failing. That doesn't help the patient, and it doesn't help me as a physician.
Right.
I mean, I'm very conscientious. I'm Jewish, of course. And I'm very conscientious about the work I do. And I take it very personally.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
If a patient
money doesn't fix everything.
If a patient's not happy, I'm not happy.
Right.
Whether you're an A-list actor, a top Grammy singer, or just a hardworking middle-class person who works their butt off just enough to make enough money to have their breast implant or their tummy tuck. It's an honor to be able to operate on human beings. It's not a privilege. It's not a given right. It's an honor to be able to do that. So again, doing really, really good work is my responsibility.
But what was the impetus for you, like, because it wasn't necessarily popular at the time for you to go and start sort of appearing on shows and advocating for what it is that you do. What was the spark for you to do that?
So I've always enjoyed Hollywood and I've always enjoyed the media. And in the early 2000s, like 2001, 2002, it was just starting to become a little more popular to be on television. And it wasn't much taboo to talk about plastic surgery because nobody up to the year 2000 ever wanted to discuss, I had liposuction. I had my breast done. I had a facelift or a rhinoplasty. Nobody would discuss it in the 1990s. It was taboo. MTV came out in the early 2000s, and I worked with the producers on MTV on I Want a Famous Face. So my patient wanted to look like Carmen Electra. So I gave her breasts like Carmen Electra. And there were 3 other surgeons that were doing other facial. One guy wanted to look like Brad Pitt. So he did some weird facial surgery. And he did not look like Brad Pitt. But my patient did look more like Carmen Electra. At least her breast did. Maybe her face did. But that was I Want a Famous Face, MTV. And that was one of the very first shows. Even before Discovery Health Channel, which came up in 2003, 4, 5, original productions. And I think I did like 14 segments with original productions on different type of plastic surgery of the body. And that was actually really well scripted by Discovery Channel. And that was less of the entertainment, but more to show the process of plastic surgery. And those were more patients who are having functional issues. Like congenital asymmetry, cancer reconstructions, things, or massive breast reductions. These are things that really weren't as much cosmetic, but more of a functionality. Because Discovery Channel was more catered to, like the Learning Channel, to educating the public on plastic surgery, but it still was entertaining. But unlike MTV, which was more of,
it was less salacious in terms of like, I want to look like someone famous. It was more health sort of centric.
And they lasted, I think we did 5 years with original productions, and I did, I think, 13 segments. They weren't happy. I'll be honest with you. The American Board of Plastic Surgery, when I did the MTV and the Aesthetic Society, it's the American Society of Aesthetic Surgery, they weren't happy with me doing that MTV thing. They thought it was taboo, and we don't want our plastic surgeons on television. Of course, later, shows like Extreme Makeover came on, which was very, very popular. The Swan came on with Fox. And then, of course, I did 11 years with Dr. Oz. I was one of the executive producers with the Dr. Oz show in New York with Mehmet. Which, of course, Oprah Winfrey owned. And I worked in studio with him in New York, and I did many, many segments in studio with the studio audience on segments on plastic surgery. And again, that was more of an educational thing with Dr. Oz as well. But as years progressed, the American Board of Plastic Surgery understood that it's actually really helping our profession. And so they no longer looked at it as taboo, and it became mainstream to do television. Dr. 90210 came on,
So you breaking into the broadcast space, doing it in an industry where it was a little bit taboo in the beginning, then it went mainstream. Your son, watching all of this happen, grow up watching him, did this then spark you in any way, shape, or form when you started your YouTube channel?
I don't, from what I remember, think that's what got me into the whole entertainment thing. What really started it for me was sneakers and my YouTube channel. And I think I was 14 or 15. We both had a passion for shoes, and we were kind of like dad son collecting. Like if a new pair came out, we'd get duos. I was like a size 8, he was like a 12 or whatever. And I was like 14 years old. I think on iMovie, that's like the beginner software on Mac. It's like the free one.
Yeah.
I was just like dabbling around with little cameras and shooting these montages of shoes or releases, or if we went to go to Flight Club, like on Fairfax and all that. And from like 13 to 16, I slowly progressed into like teaching myself how to like edit these videos. And it was like the most basic stuff, but there was already a niche for sneakers.
Right.
And that's before the whole sneaker craze. I think in 2018, that's when it really started. It was Kanye and Supreme. But particularly the thing that like set my YouTube off, and I might be jumping ahead, but was it in St. Barts or Bora Bora where I vlogged? I think it was St. Barts.
Bora Bora too.
Yeah, well, basically I took like a little GoPro. I vlogged every day. We were there for like 8 days. And I literally remember I was so hungry and like so invested in this YouTube that had no followers, like nothing. And I literally vlogged every day of that trip, posted every evening after I edited that day, like while they were all at dinner. And I remember literally going from like 10,000 subscribers to 90,000 by the time we got back. And that wasn't even on sneakers. So then that just motivated me. And like when I get hooked to something, like I'm just very motivated. Like throughout high school, I didn't really go out. My YouTube was like
that was your thing.
Yeah.
And how old were you at this time when that happened?
I started when I was like 14. And then when I got into high school at Oaks Christian, I was maybe 18 or 19. But from 13 all the way up till 21, right before Dodge Film School, I created this little side business. I was being flown out to sneaker cons with either you or mom. They were getting us out to all these cities. And I just, at a very young age, I was exposed to a lot, but it wasn't from the stuff you were doing. It was our
just
passion of sneakers. And then I just kind of self-built this YouTube channel, self-edited everything, never brought an editor on, because I personally feel like I have a style. Everyone has a style as a creator, you know?
Yeah.
And I just pumped out like 800 videos over 6-7 years.
Did you ever have a concern with him starting so young on YouTube?
He was heavily involved.
He
My
is
mom
such
too.
a natural talent and creative innate ability is insane. Like he loves basketball. We both love basketball.
Yeah.
And it was my favorite sport growing up. I loved the game and he loved it. And he's tall and he's a really good basketball player. But his love was for basketball, shoes, sneakers, Jordans, Kanye's, all of them.
And the fashion about
and the fashion and then putting it on camera and putting it on film. And he has this like incredible, he was so good both behind camera and in front of the camera. Like when you'd watch his YouTube videos when he was only 15, 16, he's so natural on camera. And in sneaker cons, imagine you're 16 years old. And you're going to sneaker con.
And I got these grown ass dudes that are fans of me coming up to me.
Oh, that's amazing.
What was that like?
Millions of fans.
Yeah, I'll sign your shirt.
He had millions of fans worldwide because sneakers is a worldwide phenomenon. And wherever we would go, anywhere, we go to the island of Capri.
Back then,
in the middle of nowhere in Italy.
Crazy.
And kids would run up to him.
Oh, so who was more popular when you guys went out?
Oh,
You or him?
He was like
You're
10 times more popular.
That's so interesting.
People go, you're Blake Linder's father.
Because we did so many videos together.
Right.
We did a lot of videos together, so they go like, you're like the plug. He'd call me the plug because I'd pay for all the goddamn.
Because like what 14-year-old is paying for their own shit?
Now we were buying like Nike Air Mags for $10,000.
Oh my God.
Seriously, 10 grand.
And there was a point where I turned the whole basement into this 300 pair room.
Like a closet.
It's supposed to be a wine cellar.
The wine cellar became a sneaker closet.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean,
Which unfortunately I don't
he
have
worked
anymore,
with everybody. He worked with Kanye. He worked with DJ Khaled.
Didn't work with Kanye. I just met Kanye at a restaurant. He's hyping me up. I've worked with a few people. I don't know if I want to say I would have worked with Kanye anyway.
Well, DJ Khaled loved you.
I did videos with numbers of celebrities like Khaled, DJ Khaled, Offset of the Migos.
Oh yeah.
This guy Rich the Kid, Famous Dex. A lot of like at the time very trendy. Maybe.
So were both of you just very independently? It sounds like the one thing you both share is the passion for your work. and leaning into it and then going into mainstream media for that, respectively, in your industries. But was there like cross-pollination in the sense where did you ever give him notes when he was kind of managing fans or being on video and vice versa?
I told him just one most important thing I told him is be humble. And never, ever say no to a fan. I don't care how tired you are.
It was crazy back then. Like everywhere.
Because people were just coming up to
not
it
swarms,
nonstop.
but like a couple people would recognize me in the movie theater, restaurants.
Well, wherever you would go. But even when you were back in the, think about this. Like we would do the sneaker con conventions. They're called sneaker con. He'd go to Atlanta. Cleveland,
New York.
Wow. He'd go to New York, and these are all in the convention centers. He would go everywhere, all over the country, and in Chicago, and there would be thousands of kids circling around the convention centers to see.
I wasn't the only one.
There was 4 of them. There was 4 or 5 of them. They were very well known.
Right.
He was one of them, and they were like all wanted his autograph, and signed shirts and
I
shoes.
sell like a couple thousand shirts every event,
And
so I started making my own money.
He started getting really tired because by 5 hours of a sneaker convention, you're 15 years old, and you signed 1,000 autographs and signed things. He's like tired. He goes, Dad, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I'm like tired. I don't want to take any more pictures with people. I said,
I don't remember all that.
Take a picture with every kid who comes up to you, and that's fan love, and you have respect, and you never say no to anybody. You say one thing. Steph Curry, one of the greatest basketball players in the whole world. Something I'll never forget. We were on the Clippers and the Warriors
Staples,
when he was young at Staples, and we were like before the game with the vice president of the NBA, and we were on the floor. Klay Thompson and Steph was there, and Steph took a photo with Blake, and he said, Dr. Linder, thank you for letting me take a picture with your son.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Wow.
I said, that kid was
He doesn't
raised.
know that how we are, but respect.
That gentleman was raised right.
I get it.
I'll never forget that moment. He was thanking us to take a picture with him. And that's Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the history. Anyone who, in the rest of your life and your future, who wants to take a picture with you or get an autograph or acknowledge you or be photoed, you say, I'm happy and humbled to be. Let's do it.
And then on the flip side, did you ever give him advice when you saw him on TV?
Well, before we get into that, I was going to say there was a time where he was always involved with my YouTube. Like we'd do shopping videos and people loved him. But there was a time, and you remember this, where he wanted to start doing motivational talks, like straight up, nothing to do with sneakers. Like nice background, put the camera on me for 30 minutes and just upload that thing. And people loved it too. So we had a whole series. I was younger. He would just do motivational talking. On my
And
thing
why
too.
did you know that was something that was going to be good for him?
Well, I looked at
Because he knew who had the bigger platform to get to get out there.
He had 1 million followers. And I just felt there were a lot of kids who weren't fortunate.
Who were struggling,
Struggling and depressed. And sometimes it was during the holiday seasons, and I was like, we should do like 15 minutes of motivation and talk about encouraging things and keep your hopes up, and it'll be a better day ahead, and keep striving, keep pushing. Don't ever stop pushing. You're gonna make it. You got to keep looking forward.
I mean, people at all ages, I feel like,
and they really responded well on his channel, and it was
did it a few times.
It responded well, and I felt it was very important. It was especially during Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Sure,
when a lot of kids they're not. We're very lucky. We were born lucky.
Bless,
Any of us could have been born in any situation. So I never take for granted what I have and what I do for a living. Never. I thank God every night before I go to bed. We were born lucky. You don't know how you're going to be born. You can be born homeless. You can be born a poor kid. You can be born anything. We're thankful for what we have. And we have to remember that. So I just wanted to give a little bit back on those videos and just say, listen, you're all good people. Nobody's better than anybody else. And if you're something you want to do, you just do it. Don't listen to the name haters, that bullshit out there. You just, if you have the talent and you have the guts to do it, just do it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Right.
And don't listen to all the people who say you can't do it.
Right.
After you've invested in looking your best, you'll want to invest in your wellness so you can feel just as good as you look. Next Health takes a proactive approach to wellness through advanced biomarker testing, giving you a clear look at what's actually happening inside your body. From there, their medical team builds a personalized treatment plan to help you feel and perform your best. If you want to take control of your health, use code EXIT for your baseline biomarker test and consultation, an $850 value for just $250 exclusively for our listeners. Visit Next Health Calabasas and start your wellness journey today.
And that's something we can get into too, dealing with the hate. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he really.
I did want to just really quickly talk on that. And it's, on the surface, that seems like maybe it's off-brand. Like you're a medical doctor, plastic surgeon, you're doing a sneaker craze. It seems like it has nothing to do. But in actuality, if you look beyond the surface, it is on brand because your whole ethos about being on broadcast is educating people about your space. And so that's another form of also just educating people. And in this forum, it was helping children, other teenagers, to have some inspiration that maybe don't have a dad or don't have a parent who can provide that kind of guidance. So, and you have a successful son, obviously. So, you know, people should listen.
But how did you, to your point about dealing
Manage the
with
hate.
like, you know, like
Being
feedback?
totally straight up,
Yeah.
they looked at the comments more than I did. My mom was always on that. She got worried at some points. There were death threats and stuff all the time.
wow.
There were times we had to send, not many, but a couple times we had to have a lawyer look at stuff. But I was just so hooked and so invested in this whole YouTube craze that I never really paid attention. There were sometimes I had to block people because, you know, people get excessive and whatnot.
Sure.
But my mom has always kind of been my momager. That's what we call her.
Oh, right.
She always oversees everything because people try to take advantage of me at a young age.
Sure.
And I definitely feel like I'm more better equipped than like other kids my age just because of all the
You got support.
fuckery I've dealt with.
Right.
But yeah, my mom, he's getting so emotional. She's like, look back on everything. But yeah,
That's true.
it never really bothered me. I don't know if you've ever gotten hate because you're a grown adult.
Well, he got some anti-Semitic hate too, as we're Jewish,
Little bit,
and there was a lot of anti-Semitic stuff there, which was really bad.
Yeah.
They would talk about Holocaust and Hitler, and you deserve to this and that.
But that was like very few people that just
But you were
had
very
it
young,
against
and
me.
it
Yeah.
was pretty gruesome, man. The things. But again, our attorneys always said,
Yeah.
everybody gets that. That's in the really in the social line.
Yeah.
And the Kardashians are going to get that.
Yeah.
Anybody who's really out there in public,
Comparing
like
us
you
to
were,
the Kardashians.
well, it was called the Kardashian effect.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that big.
yeah,
Right.
No, but it was still horrific comments.
Yeah.
And our lawyers said, just don't even read them. Just screw it.
Tell
Just
that to mom.
don't even look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
Well, I'm sure
not
as
helpful.
a
Yeah.
parent, Mama Bear
Disgusting.
coming out
Oh, my
like,
God.
it's end all be all, right? You want to protect
That
your
would be
kids.
my concern. I mean, that's
Yes.
what I think about. You know, like even
Yeah.
just my kids don't have 1 million followers on on any platform, but just even participating in social media and doing it in the real way, the fear is like
People have posted his address, my parents' home and whatnot.
like
Yeah.
doxing and stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
crazy shit like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
life. Like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
crap. What'd I do to you? You know?
Right.
But
Right.
But yeah, that's the concern about like once you hit a certain thing and how do you handle that and how do you protect yourself from that?
You too as well, because when obviously there wasn't, social media platforms where they're commenting when you're on like the Dr. Oz show, for example. But did you also experience hate at any point kind of sharing this information early on, or was it completely different?
Well, there was no hate at all in terms of, I wasn't like on a YouTube channel like every week
Right.
with new videos with all those comments about the videos.
Did you have other physicians though that were like, you're ruining
No.
practice? Okay.
No, but the Aesthetic Society in 2002 wouldn't,
Let you in.
they didn't let me in. And I asked them, look, I
Uh-oh.
have an excellent record. I always promote safety in plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Why won't you accept me into this society? And they said, we don't need to give you a reason. And I said, no, we know the reason. It's because I'm doing television now. And you think that that's not mainstream. I said, I'm not on television acting stupid. I'm on television trying to educate people.
Right.
How to make sure that you find board certified plastic surgeons, make sure that the center is, certified.
Right.
The doctors are anesthesiologists, and they're safe and that you're cleared for surgery so you don't end up with problems.
Yeah.
I said, I'm promoting society, not demoting it. And they're like, well, we don't need to give you a reason.
Yeah.
So I never reapplied to that society because it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Well, I think they saw it as a prestige thing, obviously. Like
I think it was just a bunch of, it was just a bunch of haters of my own colleagues.
Yeah.
And so they didn't let me into this stupid society, which it is what it is. But, I still go to their meetings all around the country. And they have it once a year. But so, early on, that prevented me from becoming a member of that society by my own colleagues, which, years later, everywhere was plastic surgery shows, everywhere on TV.
Right. What was your relationship like to your schoolmates and things like that when you had your channel go?
Well, I went to one school, and then me and my sister, we transferred to another school, which we just thought was a better fit.
He played starting center.
Yeah.
And when you would go to basketball games,
She's just gonna hype me up.
we're going to be honest.
Center, Kanye.
What happened when you played Calabasas High? Were the kids nice to you?
That wasn't at our school.
No, but you were at Calabasas
There was some
High.
other kid, and I was thin back then. I'm like almost 200 pounds now. I was skinny. There was one kid on the other Calabasas team, and he'll tell you the reason why I couldn't make the NBA is because I'm a wuss. I'm not aggressive. But do you remember that one game?
Yeah, you threw the kid down. They were ragging about his YouTube. It's B. His name was B Sneak. That was his tag name. B.
Oh, so they were heckling you.
And
But
they
at
were
our own school, no.
all not our school, but all the other.
Yeah.
When he would go to Agura High or Calabasas High,
But it was just bad that one instance at Calabasas. It wasn't like every
they
time.
would still heckle you, dude, from the stands. This little short kid kept pushing on him, and I guess he was saying stuff to you.
I don't really.
And finally,
I love it.
He tells the coach in the third quarter, I'm going to kick this kid's ass if he doesn't stop. And the coach says, you know what? Go ahead and do it. And what'd you do?
Yeah, I slammed him.
Yeah.
It was a big fight with all the teams, and I didn't get kicked out because the refs had seen this kid heckling me for the last
whole
hour.
game. Right.
Why was he heckling you? Because you were a big YouTuber.
Said that.
Everybody knew you
Yeah.
as a YouTuber, very famous YouTuber, and they just were trying to disrespect and heckle you during the game.
Well, I did what had to be done, and that's it.
You took care of it. Yeah.
It's
So as we get into managing the hate and the love, was there ever a point in time where you're just like, this is too much, I want to quit? Never. Okay. And then what was the evolution then of that into film?
So the evolution was I had to make a decision, like we were talking about before, either basketball, which I was probably 6'2" at the time. I'm 6'5" now. I was probably 140 pounds. I was a thin white Jew. I would get pushed around everywhere. I just couldn't put weight on, but that's like a lot of
What's
kids.
that like?
That's just a lot of kids.
Your dad sucked mine out, so I don't know what that like.
No transfer?
Sorry, I digress.
I wish. I'll take it. So yeah, I had to make a decision before the year I had to graduate to all these schools, and that's many kids' dreams to be a hooper. And quite frankly, I probably wouldn't have if I pursued it. And my parents are smart; they weren't gonna let me waste years on end.
Sure.
So honestly, when I was closing out the YouTube, I think I stopped posting a year into college because that's another thing I'll get into. But just the editing over years, literally 850 videos, all edited on Final Cut, self-taught. That's really what did it. And from what I started with the YouTube, just these B-roll montages of these sneakers evolutioned into these very intricate, very fast-paced edited shopping videos with drone shots with multiple camera angles. But before it was kind of just vlog, run and gun lifestyle.
Right.
These
More story
being a structure. And that's honestly where I kind of fell in love with film. And then also every year for my birthday, I'd go to Universal Studios. That's the one thing I asked for. There's a VIP tour. It's $400 per person. And it would take you to the back lot. They didn't show you really what was going on. But you'd see these sets. They'd be that's where Spider-Man was filmed last year. And honestly, that in the YouTube, he's getting emotional again. I can see it in his eyes. I know.
Good, man. That's just a dry contact lens.
But yeah, then right before I graduate or I applied to these schools, I did like a few very short form contents, like a couple short documentaries. There was one on a kid that had really, really serious cancer, Xavier, remember him?
Huge.
I had met this kid on I'm going on tangents like him.
No, it's a good story.
But I was on Instagram Live July 4th, like years ago. I randomly tapped on someone to join the live. You know, like if you go live, there's random viewers.
Right.
You can be like collaborate, and then they come on the top. This random kid answered, and he was in a hospital bed, and I could tell he looked very sick. Basically, I looked at the comments, and the dad was like, "Hey, DM me here." And long story short, this kid lived in Chicago, had a horrible spinal cancer.
He lives in Indiana, I think.
Indiana, but we flew into Chicago.
He flew to Chicago.
And the dad called me after and was like, our son's not going to make it. He has like a couple months, but he's like the biggest fan. He's watched all your shit, has notifications on. And like that week, my mom and I flew out, surprised the kid with a bunch of shit. Then I made a documentary on him a couple months later. And then I think we flew him out to LA and I took him on a whole shopping thing. Yeah. I had like 5 videos with this kid.
Yeah.
And then he ended up beating the cancer and now he's fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like crazy. Like,
that's great.
That's amazing.
He's kicking ass now. But like, I've had so many weird, awesome, random experiences through the YouTube that have really shaped me into the person I am, and obviously with good parenting.
Well, I was going to say the parenting component is a real thing because, you know, before
I went out of control with this.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do. Yeah. So what was it? I mean, how did you keep him level-headed?
Contained.
You were a level-headed kid.
I was always pretty calm.
You were pretty calm. I mean, he loves cars like I do.
Oh, my.
And so he did a lot of videos on cars also, which were kind of cool. Sports cars. And you weren't reckless, but damn, you like cars, exotic cars.
Well, for you.
From me.
I was making serious money at a very young age. That's where.
Yeah.
Well, and what was that like?
Well, that's where the hate came from.
Because you were making so much money.
No, but how would I have started this whole YouTube journey with these $1,000 sneakers if he wasn't buying them for me at 13, 14, 15 years old?
Right. What were kind of the principles you and your wife instilled to keep him humble?
He was just always a nice kid. He's not an asshole. He's just a really good person. So was my daughter. My kids are just nice people. It had nothing to do with me saying, be nice. He was just nice. And you were flashy with your cars and stuff, but you were never like
who I get that from?
From me, but you were not. But
that's where all the money went.
Well, he always like those fancy Rolexes and Richard Hart or whatever.
But did you have parameters around what he could and could not do with his money, or?
Well, no drugs. Stay away from alcohol.
There's that. Yeah.
And not really. Whatever you want to buy, let him buy.
The money that I was making, I had to put a good amount of it back into it like a business.
Right.
I was doing all these shopping videos or traveling and stuff.
Right.
So I'd have to recycle.
So he stopped sort of sub-financing it. You were able to finance
like
it.
17 years old.
Yeah.
I was still buying a lot of shoes. So many shoes.
You're like, wait a minute, I didn't really get off the
I
payroll.
don't even know where all those shoes came from. I'd get my credit card statements. Oh, wow. Okay.
You're putting those expenses in on the...
Are those deductible?
Right.
I don't think so.
That's funny. Anyway. That's funny.
At what point did you guys decide, okay, you're going to create this production company and start producing films?
So I think a year ago, as young filmmakers, a lot of people do spec projects.
Right.
It's like an example of my work, not for the company, but this is what I'm capable of. If like I were given a budget. We did one for Land Rover and Arc'teryx, that ski brand. We did it in Oregon. And that was like, people don't realize what goes into these projects. You have to get a number of people out there, stay, lodging, you have to pay everybody something. So that's why we started the production company, just to keep track of everything and whatnot.
Sure.
But then that leads us to Father Figure, which is our first feature film this year. I think you could call it like a micro, low budget film. It's under $500,000 budget. But that's going to be through Linder Productions. And he's not super familiar with the film stuff and whatnot, but he's my biggest supporter, which I'm so grateful for. And so we should just both be the face of it, Linder Productions. And
Well, I want him to be the face. I'm just in the back end as he
financier. Yeah.
Executive producer. He is the director. This is his baby.
Yeah.
But we all know Hollywood's tough. It's 2026 now, and it's not easy for these young kids to break out. There's not a lot of opportunity. It doesn't matter. He graduated Chapman Dodge, great film school. He also did USC Film School, Cinematic Arts in 10th and 11th grade, and got CME. He got credit for that when he was in high school. Both Warner Brothers, and you did Blumhouse at USC Film.
Yeah, my resume runs deep.
He's a brilliant filmmaker. But sometimes you got to help. And if you're lucky enough to have parents that can help, you do it.
Right.
You do it for your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this kid has the talent, and he has the innate ability to do it. And, you should, in a minute, talk a little bit about your genre of film, and it's horror films. That's what you love. That's your passion. And thank God they're low budget. They're very low budget. They're low budget, and you can, do well or not do well, but you can make a nice film, and it doesn't have to kill the bank.
Yeah.
But we created a full FTC licensed production company with the FTC, Linder Productions LLC, that he can do television, film, media, and movie production. And we're going to invest in our son's ability to do these films and take it from there. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, all the kids,
tough
my
out there.
colleagues graduated from Chapman. They can't find work, and most of them are diverting to different careers now when they love film. But where do you find work? It's hard in all these industries, but film particularly.
Sure.
Like, you can be a freelance videographer, but it has to be very consistent, and it's hard to find consistent work unless you're on retainers with people. Maybe if there's something for this, if I shot for you guys or whatnot.
Right.
But other than that, how do you survive? How do you pay rent? Don't have constant work.
Well, what kind of things do you most want to sort of see yourself do as a filmmaker? What's your...
So I've dabbled on a lot of different short form content. I've done a lot of music videos, short documentaries up to 30 minutes long. A few Instagram spot commercials, if you want to call it that. I don't know, most stuff lives on Instagram now and social media. So I've been doing a lot of social stuff. I've done a few car things, a couple clothing brand things. But honestly, I feel like I've kind of touched every area, and I know what I want to do now.
What fascinates you, or why are you interested in horror?
Obviously, because it's low budget, it's very lucrative, and just when I watch a horror film, I'm on the edge of my seat. It's a type of genre where you get these emotions that you wouldn't obviously feel with these other films. And I was so enamored with the prosthetics and the makeup and obviously the effects that they do nowadays. And it's just, it's not for everybody, but there is a cult following.
Sure.
And we go to horror nights every year, and there's so much money in this horror industry that a lot of people are starting to realize now everybody's doing low budget horror, unfortunately.
Right.
But hopefully we're not too late to it.
Yeah,
but
you're never too late.
No.
If it's good, it goes viral, you'll be fine.
I don't know. I love film. I want to direct stuff. I'm not shooting for the stars like Marvel. I'm being real. I feel like we're being realistic. But once you make one, which hopefully this will be the one, you take the money, you put it back, and we do the second biggest film that we're going to do. But I feel like with this first feature, which will be 4 weeks of shooting, it'll really help me get through the ropes and prepare and be ready. He's getting emotional.
Can you tell us a little bit about Father Figure?
Father Figure is awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, we did a proof of concept, which basically serves as a short film.
Right.
It's like an act, the first act or the opening couple scenes. We did that last year, and the point of that was to present it to actors that are influential or prominent actors, A or B list actors, to show them look, this is the quality of me and my crew.
Right.
My crew is kick-ass. They're all colleagues from Chapman. All these projects, I always bring my friends on because whether I'm making money or not, I want all my boys to eat. Because why would I hire these? I don't know. I just rock with my people,
Yeah.
So it's all recent graduates that will be on Father Figure. It'll be the first feature for many of these kids, which is huge. So,
it's going to be the first feature for the crew that you're working with as
well,
well.
they're all my age, 23 to 25. Which they're very experienced. I know some people could be like hesitant, but they're just grinders. So,
I think that's great that you're creating jobs for your generation.
I mean, it's not consistent, but it'll be 4 weeks of work. Shooting every 3 months.
They get credits,
and it could help them get a job for themselves down the road. It's
else,
credits. That's what film is. Yeah.
He is very good screenwriter, and
He's my mentor,
and he's amazing. His screenwriting is spectacular. So we have scripts are all done. Now the proof of concept is done, and now we are ready
working on
to do the feature, and we're speaking with 3 pretty cool actors that to get at least 1 or 2 of them aboard. That I think will help to sell it. Because it helps to sell it. We don't expect probably to go into a theater. More likely we're going to stream it.
Festivals and
then stream it online, like Amazon or Netflix or something like that.
What are some of your favorite horror? Like, are you more like blood and gore kind of horror? Or are you like sort of like cerebral?
I love it all, but I really like the gore, and a lot of it's really cheesy. But like, for instance, there's this series called Terrifier. And it's horrible.
My daughter knows all this stuff, child.
It's trash horror, but they made like
it's
I think
like
$100 million on a $1 million budget. And they're just pumping those out. They had a Horror Nights Maze. They probably got paid like $20 million for that. And so I love all the visual, gory graphic effects. The second film that we're doing is The Farm, probably in 2 to 3 years. That's like, he said it perfectly. That's like the current age Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's 2026 Texas Chainsaw Massacre version, and that's his.
It's just like
it's going to be
sickly
insane.
Idea.
Its screenplay's done. It's written. We're going to get Father Figure out first.
Right.
And let that go, and then
that's a lot of pressure.
Then we're doing the bigger budget,
$3 million budget film. I'm gonna fold. Some actor's gonna walk off on set and be like, "This kid has no idea what he's doing." Like,
but you know what you're doing, kid.
You know what though? I appreciate your honesty. You're like, your candidness makes you very likable because you're not trying to bluff it. You're just like, this is what it is, and I'm gonna get my stripes, and everybody's got to start somewhere. And so,
which is why I built such a close relationship with the lead on Father Figures, and he's just I'm very lucky. He's very patient and understands that
he's
this
awesome
is
actor. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good.
And it's really important, like.
And you gave yourself a challenge working with kids too, which is also not easy.
A studio teacher sitting, breathing down our neck
because you constrain yourself.
And bitching at us that a light was going through a window and time's running out.
So
obviously in the future,
and stuff,
the kids will be minimal time because it's expensive.
It's expensive, and it's hard. You have limited time. You can't shoot the kids all day.
Another layer of the film.
No, I was impressed. I was like, there's like a kids in here.
In Lake Tahoe.
I was like,
that was not Lake Tahoe. That was Arrowhead.
Big Bear or Arrowhead?
Arrowhead Lakes.
Okay, it doesn't.
You were in Arrowhead. You were in Arrowhead. I was in Reno with my buddy hanging out.
All I know is I had 4 hours with these kids. So,
but you did a great job.
There's a lot of constraint.
But the relationship between obviously the director and the actors, and I know how to read people. I'm very perceptive. Whether I'm like on a date with a girl or meeting somebody or you guys, I'm very perceptive.
Right.
And it's great working with actors, but I do know that it's very important. You know how to read people, see their strengths and weaknesses.
And they can be very, I don't know if insecure is the word, but it's a very vulnerable place when you're acting and you're doing it on set in front of a lot of people.
Where the guy was down and the girl was like, this guy's a weirdo. And we spent 2 hours with the intimacy coordinator who was also a weirdo. She had me involved with the routines of getting to know everybody. She's like, how does that feel? Is that okay? Do you like my touch? But you have to be very careful.
But I feel like this is like so much experience for somebody who's so young. Now, the second layer of it that'll come is obviously dealing with the critics after everybody watches your films. But it sounds like you already have the solid foundation for that.
Yeah, you just gotta keep trekking.
Because of your YouTube experience.
Yeah.
If they watched it in the first place, like, great, thanks for your feedback.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think for you, I don't really think it's like so much just like age. There have been tons of, there was like John Singleton was still like the youngest director, like nominated for an Academy Award. Like there have been I forget the time, he was in his 20s. because like it was like his first big feature. But he would have been like 54 now, and Boys in the Hood came out a good 20 something years ago at this point. So
well, there was the Him movie. Did you see it? Him.
Oh yes,
produced by Jordan Peele. Even though Jordan Peele's name was on the whole sign. Wow. and that was a younger director. Still in his 30s, but he got a lot of hate. Like
the movie itself, people was very polarizing.
But that
for
ain't
people.
gonna stop him. He's gonna
So I don't think I'm just saying I don't think it's age like per se where people go, oh, well, you can't be good because you're 24, 25 per se. It's
but
just
I do
more
know he
so
was younger.
I think it's people. The rigor is always the craft. Like people want to see when you're looking at like new directors or first time directors. Like people just want to see like, oh, there's a foothold on the craft a certain way. So I just feel like if I was you, I wouldn't be concerned about like what people are thinking about how old I am per se. It's more so like just
get their attention,
honing the skill set and like teaming up with the right people, working with the right people, and just like head down, just become obsessed with the process.
Like a motherfucker for these projects,
and that's all you. Like, that's all really you need to focus on is like the process and the craft, because at the end of the day, the great equalizer is like when you're just really fucking good at making something.
Exactly.
I don't care how old or young you are. Like people can't. They'll try to deny craft. They try still sometimes. However, people like you can't stop everybody from seeing great filmmaking. So great filmmaking is great filmmaking. And I think horror is a great platform for it because there are things you can do to be so subversive, things you can do to kind of like, there's so many deep cuts and things that for people who love the genre, you can do so many Easter eggs and callbacks to things, or, put your favorite things in it for people who only understand it. So I would just look at it like a playground and just really try to enjoy it, because it's not very often you can get even financing to do these kinds of things, and just like be present and live every single moment of it, because and the rest will fall where it may. But just for someone who's worked with a lot of like emerging filmmakers, first time feature or director, I mean, like, you'll never get that first. You'll never get it back. There's only one time to make that first sort of feature, and you gotta like be in it and remember it, because all the stuff that happens after is all the stuff that happens after. But that time of purity with your craft is, especially if the film does well, then you gotta have a manager, a lawyer, the studio exec. It gets so noisy afterwards, like the pure time between just you and your craft and your actors and your filmmaking. This is a bubble.
Live in the moment.
It's a bubble you'll never see again. Trust me. So enjoy. If I can give you one piece of advice,
let's hope your second film's better than the first. It's certainly an unbelievable script.
Yeah.
You talking about father figure or farm? Both.
The farm's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that thing could go crazy worldwide.
Yeah.
But the budget's going to be high.
Yeah.
You got your sales agent right here. That's you're good to go.
We just want to get father figure out, make it streamlined, make it good, make money, don't make money, at least break even, just to show that we can, and get it up on streaming.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And then we go to the next, which is what's going to make your name. That's your Blumhouse film. That's going to make your name as a director in horror. If The Farm gets made,
and we'll come back on here in 5 years.
Yeah.
If The Farm gets made,
look at everything.
that'll be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre on steroids in 27.
I love it.
And the world will be like, oh, Blake Linder.
He was that
sneaker. He was a sneaker. Now he's like Alfred Hitchcock. Wow, that kid's insane. Boy, he's huge. I used to watch the sneaker videos.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching his horror videos.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Yeah.
I love it.
That would be a cool transition.
You know what's fascinating though is that we had a lot of guests on the show, and all of these guests they kind of go through this journey. Not all of them, but a lot of them go through this journey of figuring out that at some point the switch to level up is to move really into passion. But both of you have already started with the passion,
very passion-centered
right?
place.
And so it's like a very passion-centered place. So it's nice to see that you don't necessarily always need to take like the hard route to the passion. Right. You can start, like, you're proof of like you can start doing something that you're very passionate about and make it successful, and then just continue to level up within there, both of you. So that's, you know, that's kind of like a uniqueness that we're
I do have a lot of pressure from my parents, though. Good pressure.
Yeah.
But like my mom is always not up my ass, but they're always,
they want to make sure you're
they're
successful.
always checking in on me, like, yo, when is this project gonna be done?
We push them to. We don't really have to push you to do well. Everything you do is exceptional.
But there's pressure because I want to live up to them. Yeah.
Going.
Right.
Well, tell them why you didn't want me to go into medicine.
That's what I was going to. I'm curious because I didn't know that your dad was in medicine, and then you're in medicine. And was there ever a point where you thought the YouTube star was temporary and you wanted him to go into medicine? Why not?
No. Because
you knew I wasn't that smart.
It has nothing to do with intelligence. It just has to do with who you are and creativity wise. You're not meant to do what I do or medicine. It's not.
Damn.
That's not what. That's not your love. That's not who you are. You're a filmmaker. You love using the camera. You love editing things. You could have been a great surgeon or plastic surgeon, whatever, but that's not what it was in the cards for you. Neither of you guys. You let them do what they love, and they're going to enjoy it, and everything will fall in place.
That's it.
That's just the way it is. You can't force a kid to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
But they're not going to enjoy it, and they'll probably regret you as years go by.
Yeah.
So you don't do that.
Yeah.
You just push them into what they like, and you tell them to just give it 110% effort. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do.
Yeah. And what does success look for you, or what is success to you for your son? As a father?
Well, success is when I get to go to the Oscars, and he takes me instead of his mother on the red carpet to present the Oscar for number best director is Blake Linder, and I'd like to thank my father, who's right here. No, I said you could take Mom. It's okay. I'll go for the second award
as long as you're in the speech.
No, it's just for him to thrive and enjoy, and to hopefully make it in his craft. It's a tough field.
Yeah.
So anything I can do to help my son, and he's got the talent, will make it happen. Good script, good story, exceptional editing. And
I think you guys are going to be all right.
Yeah.
we have a good feeling about it.
2 years on here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. It's been great.
Same.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the exit interview. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and we'll continue to curate guests like this for you to enjoy. Thank you.